Since Konami started hosting Time Wizard events, we've seen more sets have retro format cards in them. To adjust to the modern game, those cards at times will have their erratas. This is a change that makes a noticeable dent into cards like Substitute and Future Fusion all the way to Firewall Dragon. A lot of these formats will no longer be the same, but I'm here to explain why that could potentially be a good thing. In retro formats, we often had cards that were effective at breaking the game. I specifically mentioned Substitute and Firewall Dragon for those reasons. A lot of people that play Goat and Edison in particular aren't happy, and it's not an unfair stance by them. They play those formats because it's a form of the game that they enjoyed playing. I think the problem here is that there's a lack of acknowledgement that there's a lot of potential good that can be done to fix some of these formats. Just so I don't make this video too convoluted, I'll be using Edison and Goat as an example for the majority of it. The list on the screen has cards affected by these changes for those formats. In Edison format, brain control for game was always an awful feeling. It took away skill expression, as did Ring of Destruction for game and Goat. Some people may have seen it as fun, but in a competitive setting, things like that happening just don't make sense. A finals coming down to things like that bring into question how authentic the pro title actually is. Even in modern format, it's questioned because of the significance of the die roll and the fact that you can see all going second cards when going first. For better or worse, retro formats will also have legitimate rules now that don't cater to a game that was pretty much forced to evolve on the fly from each generation of anime and beyond. I believe one of the few good things that comes out of this now is that Konami has a chance to errata cards with better purpose. Instead of destroying cards outright, why not buff some of the older decks like the Dark Magician cards, Zombie Bakura cards, or anything? It's their game and they can rewrite effects to modify them for the format that they want it in. Does that mean that retro formats will no longer be what they were? Yes. Does it mean that the style of gameplay and choice of decks can't get better? No. In my opinion, a move like this from Konami is a reasonable move for both fiscally and for resource management in how they run as a company. A move like this potentially allows newer sets to gain more value amongst different people and potentially bridge them to the modern game over time with the release of more cards and more retrains. On this premise, please make Dark Magician and Bakura cards great for Edison Konami, I'm begging you. But with all of that out of the way, let me know your thoughts on these changes. Would you like to see a newer version of the past potentially shape up in the future? Are you somebody that this ruins and won't give a chance to no matter what? Regardless of your viewpoints, I hope this video helps restore some of the hope for retro formats and Time Wizard events. It's Bones, signing out.